falling hard to these earthly temptations. The smile on my face is painted. I want you to take it.
Yeah, I started recording. See, I always like to start these. Every time I share these, I started just like this or something stupid where I'm just talking. The last one we did, I said the Chinese thing, right? Where I was like, Bluetooth is connected. You heard that before, right, Shoes? You ever hear one of those? Yeah, that's what I trying to tell Sam. Never heard one. I was like, oh man, that's because I get cheap shit. but anyway, the couple ones, the last few we've done, I always try to share a funny clip, right? I want to bring people into it. I had one of my coworkers go, she goes, oh, I was watching one of your podcasts and it was funny, but it was only like a minute 30 seconds. And I was like, I was just sharing it. But that was my fault for not putting the link to the full video. You know what I mean?
Right.
So anyway, everybody, we right here is Painted Smiles. It's a different one. You know, I got Sam Long. We got Eric Shields right here in the building. Yeah, I'm sorry. I did this. We inside because we always be outside a lot of times, like when we do it. But anyway, we got a few subjects. I was trying to catch my tone, I guess. Like I feel like Dad Pod Eye, much more laughable, ha ha ha. You know, and Painted Smiles could definitely be that kind of way. But you know, we are gonna try to get on a little more serious kind of conversations. To I guess as me and Shields have said before, a lot of times we talk about things that men are afraid to speak up about. You know what I mean? And it doesn't make. I swear, Sam, I say you too. You always tell me like that. It doesn't make you a weak man to admit you're going through something or you're feeling something. You know what I mean?
Right.
It doesn't make you weak, you know, and that's what we're here for. This is why I think we do this. So the first subject, I was telling you guys a minute ago, I honestly got the idea from the show Twisted Metal, but it was wanting to be seen. It seems like everybody I've ever talked to, every person I've ever met, part of their problem, my problem is, you know, I don't feel like nobody's listening to me. You're not listening to what I'm saying. You don't understand. You know, nobody sees me. I'm not, they don't think I do enough or nobody thinks me enough, right? Like, why do we all feel that way? You know, I feel like everybody I met, rich, not rich,
well,
poor.
I mean, humans are the most selfish species on the planet. So.
True.
Not like.
Yeah, damn it. Let's just end the fucking conversation.
But I mean, just saying. That's why.
I mean, we're social creatures. I mean,
yes.
We need recognition.
There you go. Yeah.
And I feel like that's why TikTok and all that crap is so popular right now because people are getting that.
You know,
also the downfall.
Yeah, I was like, I wasn't quite even going there. I was kind of just in general. No. But I'm saying that's even something now. You know, we're just all a certain age, but that's something now.
Why are we doing the podcast?
Affecting the younger. I mean, I guess I would love to be paid. I'd love to not have to go to work.
No, I want to be heard.
And so that's a good one because yes, I want to be heard, but I think the reason I want to be heard is because I have things to say that I think some people don't say or haven't said. Like I always give an example of music. You know, my mom raised me Christian. I wasn't allowed to listen to rap. You know, shit. I had to sell Sam back my Ja Rule CD that he bought me for my birthday. Ask him. You know, so I had to. Had down ass
316.
Had down ass bitch. That made her even more bad because she's Christian. Right?
It's a good album.
No, but anyway, but like that kind of concept. You know, I remember telling my mom at some point. I felt like she kind of took away stuff from me because I was in a bubble and there was songs and words and things that were said that would have changed my life. It would have helped me cope and understand I'm not alone, right? And so that's kind of to me what this is about. Of course I want to be heard, but I think it's because I say things that not everybody says. That's why I think, you know what I mean, I'm doing that. Again, I want money. I'm not, we ain't going to sugarcoat that shit at all. But, you know, I'm doing this for free right now. I've spent hundreds of dollars and I'm doing it right now. So, you know, yes, I want to be heard, but, you know, but podcast wise.
Right.
Also, though, you're probably one of the only dudes I know that isn't afraid to say it. Anything about anything.
Yeah, for the most part.
Not necessarily like, you know what I mean? There's a line there.
Yeah,
but you're like,
I really want to know. That's why I'm not, you know, some people, they got a hidden agenda, you know, behind whatever. And like, when I'm at, maybe I say something I should have said a certain way, but I'm generally wanting to help is why. So that's why most people don't mind so much.
Right. A little rough around the edges with the messaging, but you know what? The intent.
You know what I meant, though.
Yeah, it's the intent. Yeah, that's where I'm at. It's the intent. I'm learning, you know.
Right. But that's also part of being heard is like, I always feel like I got a lot of ideas that I think about myself, but I'm always like sort of questioning myself because like, if I'm my only audience, well then like how can I be sure? Like I haven't like field tested this idea yet.
And that was a big one. My bad to interrupt you, but with you, one of the times, you call, you always call me. I don't never call nobody, but you call me, I answer, I'm talking, and I'm like, I start saying that I want to talk about me, or I don't know why, whatever. I don't say stuff about me or whatever. But like that, like the audience or whatever, it's how you, I don't know. It made me, I don't know where I was going. I was like, you just made me realize it's not weak to say certain things. It's not, it's, I don't know. It's okay. Like, I guess, make a long story short.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, I don't know. And I'm just like, I've always been willing to take chances, like on vulnerability. And it's like, I've learned that like, honestly, like vulnerability begets vulnerability. Like not always, like it's not like something that like people can definitely tend to abuse it. Like you see that like all the time. But if it's just like, if it's honest in the moment, it's just like a genuine thing. There's just like something that actually happens with people where like if you can be vulnerable with them, it's like a wall comes down.
Then they can.
Definitely.
Right.
I've learned that a lot recently in the past like 3 or 4 years. Some people they'll talk to you if you let them. They're like, you just got to be the conversation starter. They're like, oh
right.
Shit.
And I think part of being heard is like you get to take walls down. Like if you're being heard, like for real, it's like it's not a superficial thing. It's like you're actually engaging with me.
Exactly.
I was talking about this literally today. Me and a coworker were talking about stuff like that, gifts and talking, and I was saying, over my life, I've realized for sure, I used to think it was music, but the gift God gave me is words. People listen to me, and people follow me. And it's actually sometimes I've seen it. It's insane. I remember having to ask my mom, like, there's got to be a better word for this, but I feel like I can manipulate people very easy, right? And I don't mean like, and that's what I said, there's got to be another word because I'm not doing it to gain anything. I'm doing it to better them. And she was like, you're inspiring people. And I'm like,
that's what I'm saying.
That's
because I get it.
Definitely
like,
not manipulating.
I'm definitely like being manipulative is something like I'm super like weary of being like, even to the extent that like I'll just like take a step back and I just won't engage at all because like I don't want to be an influence on you. Like at the end of the day, you're the one steering your ship. Yeah, like I ain't no passenger princess. Like you like,
yeah, you are.
I could be here. Like if you like, but I'm gonna wait for you to ask me for directions. Like I'm just not gonna start spouting some shit off.
And so like that, and that's exactly what I was talking about, right? Because we all have our own gifts, our own, whatever it may be, and that's mine. Like I do take that lead. I will start that. I feel like I
for sure.
And then like with you, Sam, like you used to like, again, you said it, you're out of touch. You haven't done some of the shit you used to be, but it was like that. You used to walk in a room and be like, that guy, like what? Something's wrong with him. And you were fucking right. End of the night, I'm like, dude, we're leaving. I'm like, well, he's still talking to me about some real shit. It's like, well, fuck, I
that's
don't
my
want
problem.
But that's what I mean. That's a different gift, like, yeah, we all do things in a different way, but like, being able to maybe just listen a certain way, like you said, not being the initiator, but the one that just completely lets their ears go,
Right. Like I remember there was a situation one time, like I saw this guy, like, and I would see him like on the boardwalk. He'd like clearly like this guy has some like sort of like issue going on. He's like up and down the boardwalk. He rides his bike from like 7 miles away and then just like zips around. And then one day, like he's just talking to me and I see his eyes just like bouncing and stuff. And I'm like, all right, man, like what's going on? He's just like, oh, my wife lost my pills. Like I'm flipping out. And like, he just like I got ADHD and it just all of a sudden, all the stuff starts pouring out. And as he's going, like I see his eyes start to chill out a little bit. And now he's not fidgeting so much. He's just like,
I just focus on.
Yeah. I have all these things going on. He just had all of this like energy that he didn't know what to do, where to put it. And I was just like, all right, man. Like, and I was like, I got an Adderall. Like I'll give you one.
I calm you down, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But just like being there, like and just doing it. And now I see him like all the time. Like and it's almost like a little annoying because like this man got like mad energy. So he's always talking to me. Like I try to be like, oh, like I give you 90 seconds, you're taking 5 minutes of my time. It's like
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
I have places to go.
That kind of bring me into the next one, right? Workplace and life balance, right? Like that. I'm not getting paid to talk to you, dog. We ain't even friends like that. I'm trying to help you out, but we on the clock here,
Right.
right? So like that, same thing, right? Outside of work, my time's valuable. Fuck, both y'all know this. My music day, most time is my damn music day. I'm not giving that up. Almost, never, almost. Like like my time is my time. I'm dead serious about that, right? And it's like that with that balance, and that's why I think that's such a serious thing for me because music at the moment, at least, is my only release, right? Like it's too fucking hot to go outside and work out, and I like to work out sometimes. It's just too fucking hot, so that's my only release. And then even like now, my baby's sitting over there on the couch. Like I got my baby most times, so I have to balance them things, So if I'm missing that day, it's a problem. It's gonna affect my week, Or even now, I appreciate that we get to do these podcasts weekly because same thing. I get to again a little bit of a release, But that balance,
Yeah.
I think you have to.
I usually just take
100%.
longer showers, but
Well, sure. Like you play video games like crazy. Like that's your thing, right? Like that's your balance.
I don't think I was going to get attacked today.
Oh, no. Let's not lie. You probably got 5 hours on every game on your console at least, right? Like
Jeez.
I was like,
I spend money on them, might as well.
I don't. I was talking about the video game one time before. I didn't know it kept track of that shit. And I'm telling
really?
somebody,
I didn't know what to do.
yeah, so I'm telling somebody on one of the games, Skyrim, but I'm telling him like blah blah, it's hard this and this. He's like, how many hours you put in? I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, it tells you. He was like, I was like, I don't know. I play every now and then. He was like, yeah, I got 127 hours in. I'm like, fuck. So I go and look. Yeah, I wasn't even at an hour yet. I probably played 10 minutes, shut off, 10 minutes, like But anyway, like that again, that balance, that release. When I don't do music, I play video games. Maybe not very long, 30 minutes, an hour, but I got something,
Right. And but that's where like with work balance, it's all about like your priorities, right? And your boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Like the sad part, like I work in a job where like I got email on my phone. So it's like sometimes I get emails at like 10:30. It's like so it can be hard to like shut it off to be like, oh, do I answer it? Wait until like later.
Mm-hmm.
Like like I'm accessible like all the time.
Yes.
Like
Same.
I'm lucky that like in my job, like I am able to like get most of what I need to done during the day, but like that's still like I still always have that tether. Like even now, like I'm on vacation, but tomorrow I gotta jump on a work call.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's kind of like that too. I don't remember what me and this fool was doing some music one of the nights or somewhere, and he's like, "Fuck, I gotta answer this." And he gets off the phone, and it was like, "Fuck, it was something. I gotta wait. Give me 15 minutes, and we're gonna see what happened." It was that dude lost the fucking key at the airport or some shit. Fucking ridiculous. But yeah, so yeah, that balance kind of thing. Like I've never necessarily had to have that, but yeah, you gotta shut off something at some time.
Right. But like you gotta find ways around it. It's I'm back into running now. Like and I'm not like I don't know, Army fucked me up. I'm not running first thing in the morning. I don't like it. I gotta ease into it.
Wait, man.
I gotta be awake. I'm gonna be miserable either way, but at least I'm not tired.
I can't do the morning. I can't work out.
I can't
have
do it.
motivation.
So
It
it's
has to be at
I'll
the
do it.
End of my day.
So I'll do it.
'cause I'm mad.
So I'll do it at like 5 o'clock.
I don't even text him until it's afternoon.
You just
That's
learn
how much
that.
he hates mornings.
You learn that though. Not even on your
I know.
own. Not even really on your
Oh,
own.
I know.
From other people.
I got a message from like,
Probably. That was the old me. Let's stop talking about old shit.
it was like 2 days ago. No, I'm just kidding.
No, hey, no, I was
I
telling
get it, though.
I
I
was
get
telling him that. I told a couple other people. I said no, but it took me a while to realize, like, because I am like, dude. When I wake up, I'm up.
Yeah.
I'm not a morning person, but also what it really is
I'm not a
that
people person.
it's not. No, it's not that. It's I get a message and a motherfucker wants something from me before I got something for myself that day.
Just
right.
want some cereal, bro.
I ain't even got breakfast. I ain't even got a coffee. and a motherfucker already in my inbox like, you got 40? Like,
That one
God
wasn't
damn.
me. I've never asked you for money.
But you know, I'm just saying like something like need something like want something like God damn, or you know, or like that. I feel like people know me. You know how I'm gonna react to certain shit, and it's like you had all night and you wrote me that. That's what you wrote me. So I'm gonna wake up to that. You know what I was gonna say to that dumbass fucking question. Like you know, to me at least I think. You know, and then I
Nah, I feel
said,
you.
yeah,
I got I'm pretty good about it for the most part. When I wake up, I don't even look at my phone. Like
I'm I'm
I'm
getting
starting
there.
to do that. I'm
I
starting
gotta
to do
like
that.
come into the world.
Yeah,
Like if I'm looking at like, because then I'm thinking about other people's shit,
That,
and I'm
that,
not even
yeah.
ready
and
for
that's
like myself
exactly
That's
yet.
what it is.
that's what it was right there.
So it's like,
Waking up worrying about other people. I'm not waking up and worrying about
yeah,
me.
yeah,
Goes back to the
but
selfish thing. Like, what about me?
yeah.
Give
But
me
I
an
mean,
hour from 8 to 9, then I'll fucking get back to you.
yeah. But like, if you don't do that, then like, at the end of the day, like, the fact is you gotta be selfish. Otherwise, people just gonna keep taking.
Well, I think the big one too you guys said earlier was boundaries.
Yeah,
And I think we talked about that on another podcast as well. That is absolutely something, you know, because it's not selfish to care about yourself. It doesn't matter
No,
who,
I
you know,
don't
you're
know.
you're cutting off or whatever it may be. But again, it's just setting boundaries. Some people see it as selfish when it's an all of a sudden thing, which, you know, again, as us
Or they're
trying to
not used
change
to
and
it.
you know, and we're trying to make those things happen. Sometimes it seems that way to people, but yeah, it's you know, yes, we all are selfish or whatever and that kind of thing. But like you know, if you create a boundary, you should be able to do something to help yourself feel better, you know, in whatever way it may be.
no, I mean absolutely. I'm the fucking worst
And it's
boundary
actually, I've
setter
done it
ever.
for the past like week, and it's helped my mentalness
Yeah,
dramatically.
But not
And it's
reading stuff in the morning.
just not attending to like how you get upset when someone's asking for something. Like I asked for something 2 days ago and got left on red. Like, so I'm like, I'm quick to, yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got you. And I need to stop doing that.
You know,
And that's out of character, and people get mad at me for doing that.
You know, with this, it really brought me up to something, and it was like that, you know, helping people all the time, whatever. But one of them was it was my dad, because I had to talk. Like my dad, like the only other person I ever met that kind of really think like me, right? I copied him growing up, type shit. And so I'm telling him like, you know, I get upset at people, whatever. And he goes, Michael, you can't get mad at somebody for not thinking the way you think. And that
I
really
get that.
hit because that's what I'm mad about. Like I
yeah,
would have never did that
100%.
to you, but they don't think how I think. So they don't even know they did that to me half the time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You
100%.
know, and so that was a big one, you know, I try to get with.
But I
remember
feel
like
you.
it
But
was,
like, but I'm like almost the exact opposite. I'm like always giving somebody the benefit of the doubt.
I
Like,
do
oh,
too. I do too.
Yeah, I think all of us are here. All three of
I
us.
do.
like I'm the fucking king of like, oh, they didn't mean it, or oh, I shouldn't
Absolutely.
take it that way.
Fucking same, bro.
Or
I'm like,
like-
well, fuck that. They
All three
did
of us
mean
are
it that
there.
way.
And so
I just like at the end of the day, like getting back to like ownership. It's like, listen, I gotta own how I feel. Like whether or
Mhm.
not you meant it, whether or not the intent was there, it's like you
Mhm.
still fucked it up. It's like if you meant to land a plane and you crashed that motherfucker, like whether or not you
the
meant to
intent, I
do
see what you're
good.
saying. Well,
Yeah.
and so yeah, like kind of where we're going with all that kind of stuff, and like you know, being at work is kind of what we're talking about, right? With these, I've learned quite a bit of. I swear, I always say it's meant to. I say it all the time. Circle, right? Come back. What I always say, I say it shit all the time. You know, like that should come back a full circle, right?
Full
But
circle.
I was literally
That was
talking
almost
about
the
this
name of the
shit.
podcast.
It was close, but I was literally talking about this today with a coworker about, you know, like with I don't know, just supervisors and people and getting mad or whatever. It's like a lot of these people are going through their own shit just as we're going through their own shit, and it doesn't give them the right to do whatever. But you know, as we react a certain way, and I said in another podcast, I bought this peace chain a few years ago because I was ready. I'm telling you, I was gonna lose my job. I was going to jail. I was gonna fuck this guy up. I visually saw every step that was gonna happen, you know. And at the end of the day, I'm like, my peace. I took my peace. I let him take that. That's so expensive, right? And so it's like that with people at work, with whatever. I've gotten better at, you know, like that when they treat me or talk to me a certain way, that's them. But also, I've started to learn how to approach it to let people know I'm not gonna stand for that without coming across too aggressive or violent. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you know that's again at a workplace. It is hard with certain jobs. You know, all of us got a job like that. And like you said, giving people the benefit of the doubt, I think doesn't help as much either. But in the same aspect, that's why I feel like I'm able to do certain things because when I approach it, right, like you said, we were talking about, the intent is still there, and most people know, you know, no, I'm
No,
trying to.
absolutely. No. Like intentions do matter. Like 100% they do. But like at the end of the day, like results are what's driving the ship.
What about at the
Like,
beginning of the day, Sam?
what do you mean at the beginning of the
You just said
day?
at the end of the day, so
uh,
I'm
at
fucking
the
with you. I'm
beginning of
fucking
the day,
with you.
I'll say at the
I'm not
beginning of
sure.
the day, I'm not looking at my phone anyway.
I'm not sure if you said it on a different podcast, but I remember I was going through something one time at work, and you told me the. I'm gonna butcher the story, so I'm gonna let you take it over. About the snake in the fire.
Oh yeah, I don't know
That
if I
it.
said it fucking. Okay, so
Have you said it
yeah,
on the podcast?
I don't know. So I'll do it real quick on the
Anyway,
podcast, right? So the story on the podcast, right? This is this, right? So I tell everybody the story all the time. It's one of my repeated was. Okay, so there's three friends are hiking up a hill. They're going up this thing. It gets late. It's dark. They're like, you know what? We should just go ahead and camp. We're not going to be able to make it. So they get halfway up. They set up camp, set tents, do a little fire. So they set up the fire. Snake goes in the fire. This guy sees the snake go in the fire. He picks up the snake to take it out of the fire so it doesn't burn. Snake bites him. He drops it. Snake falls down and goes back in the fire. The guy picks it up again. Snake bites him again. He drops it. Snake goes off into the woods. And his buddy's like, "You're such a dumbass. What'd you pick the snake up for? You knew it was going to bite you." He said, "Well, it's in the snake's nature to bite. It's in my nature to help." Right? And I tell that story because that's, like same with Shields, how we're saying. It's
snake
like,
is gonna snake.
the snake is always going to be a snake, and I can't let a snake deter me from being who I am as a person. As a person, I see someone or something that needs to be helped, I help them. That's between you and God, right? That's between you and whoever you talk to with how you're going to react. But I shouldn't not be me because you are you.
I mean, that's fair. But like, there's the other side, right? Like with the snake,
Uh-oh.
there's the frog and the scorpion, right?
Yeah.
The scorpion's like, "Hey, frog, I need to get across. Will you help me?" And the frog's like, "No, I'm not going to do that. You're going to sting me." And the scorpion's like, "No, I'm not going to sting you." And the frog's like, "All right, fuck it, I'll help you." And he starts swimming across, and the scorpion stings him. He's like, "Why you do that? Now we're both going to die. Like, I'm going to get poisoned. You're going to drown." He said, "I'm a scorpion. It's in my nature."
I
So like at the end of the day, it's like, yeah.
Moral of the
but, like,
story is
it's
don't fuck with snakes and scorpions.
yeah.
No,
No,
it may
but
be in, it
I
may
like
be in
that
your nature.
story because it makes I do it because I like to do it. But sometimes I'm
Hope
like,
so.
give me a fucking break and let me do it to myself.
Right. Because it's like the fact is, it's like it's easier, right?
Mhm.
It would be harder to oh, I'm not going to stand for this, and like
Mhm.
actually developing the strategy of like doing it, and like I like myself included, like my neural pathway is just like, oh, diffuse, like, oh, they didn't mean it, or like, oh, whatever, like path of least resistance. So like
But
for
it's,
me, it would take time. Like I would actually like, whereas like you, Michael, might be able to just like, for you, that's just your mode of operating. So that groove is worn. So when you engage in a situation, for you, it's just a natural thing
Yeah,
that
yeah.
happens. Like you're breathing.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
That's
like,
right, we
but
talked
if
about
you,
that today.
yeah, but if you want to make a change, like you got to like, again, like you got to be able to like dedicate yourself to, you got to be willing to make mistakes. You like, and like it can like socially, like that can be dangerous. Like, oh, you're in the workplace and like, oh, I try to stand up for myself, and like, oh, boss ain't having it.
And that's
Or like,
definitely, yeah, that's some of what we're talking about. But see, so that's even perfect actually. With that, that's 100% some of what I talked to about so many people. Where I was literally just talking to my son about some of this. I can't tell you how many times I'm still surprised I haven't got in trouble. Stuff haven't hit the fan, but people appreciate my honesty. But the big one, and I swear you told me this a long time ago, Sam, was my humility, right? It was, we were talking, it was, and I'll never forget the conversation. It was about Andrew Luck. I was saying, that fool left his fucking team, blah, 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 blah. And you were like, you gave me a different point of view. And I'm like, you know what? Like, I changed my mind. That's right. I didn't think about it like that. And you were like, that's a lot of people don't change their mind when they get new information, right? They stay in
that's
there,
fair.
right? So I've kind of always been that way. So even at work, I always tell people I approach serious situations with comedy all the time. So like, let's say I have a problem with you, you're late and it's pissing me the fuck off, right? You come in late, something, let's say I'm talking and you're like, what are you talking about? Yeah, if you would have been here on time, you'd have known what the fuck we was talking about. I'm telling a joke, but I'm also telling you your ass is late, right?
Right.
But stuff like that. So, but I'm just saying like, absolutely. Again, back to how we're saying, we all got our own gifts. like that is one of mine. I am unapologetically a certain all in, right? That could be part of the ADHD, bipolar, whatever you want to call it. It could be whatever. But I feel like that's my gift because I do have humility. It works beautifully for me. You know what I mean? Just being how I am, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think if it's rooted in humility, it could work.
And that's do it, I think, a lot.
But like that's like the same thing, like the trope that happens, like the kid that gets bullied, all of a sudden he becomes
trope.
A trope.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what a trope is.
I mean, I know of it, but
like a common theme, like a common story.
I'm like, I think I know, but I need you to say it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the kid that gets
story,
bullied, the kid that gets bullied, and then all of a sudden he gets the superpowers, and like people are like into him now, but he don't know how to act.
That's not like that show Heroes.
Is it? I was thinking
I
of
like that show.
There's like the cartoon. There's a cartoon where the Mastermind, maybe Megamind,
like,
where he all of a sudden like the loser character gets superhero powers, and it like goes to his head,
or maybe because, Incredibles,
like, maybe, but like he can't deal with it. All of a sudden, that like adulation and stuff, like it just like and he like loses his mind.
That's
because like it was too soon. It was too quick. He wasn't like equipped to actually handle it.
That's true too. Some of those, right? You got to be able to, certain things. You got to be a certain person to handle certain stuff. But let's move on to this last one right here. Is happiness versus being content. Go ahead, you start this one, Shields. Happiness versus being content. So like you get most of your ideas. What is happiness?
Well, like I said, like today at work, we're having a conversation. The guy's like, "I'm not happy. I'm content." Like he legit said those words, and I'm like, "He goes, I'm comfortable where I'm at. I'm not happy. So like, how do we get out of that?"
Can you turn your mic up a little bit? But how do you get to? Yeah, that's way better.
So yeah, he was just like, "Damn, I don't have inner peace, but I have outer peace." I guess he was trying to say.
Okay.
So how do we?
I mean, I think, but like, I mean, happiness is like something that comes and goes, though, right? Like you may not be happy.
The best
like
right there.
I'd much rather be content than like be happy. Like you could like, because at the end of the day, happiness is gonna run out, and if you're not content with what you have, then you're just gonna start trying to be happy again.
That's such an awesome, nasty ass such. That's just so tight, right? Happiness runs out. You about to have it 24/7?
It's hard, but like again, he was like, "How do I become happy?" But I don't want to change where I'm at.
Right.
The inner me isn't happy.
So I swear, well, like with that,
and I'm like,
I don't know who said it. I don't know who said it a long time. I don't know who said it, but
probably Malcolm X.
They was talking about you're not responsible for your partner's happiness.
Oh, right?
You need to bring happiness to the table. And it was like, I really felt that. Like, I'm not saying you can't help make them happy and help that process, right? But ultimately, yeah, right. Just like anything, you got to love yourself first. You got to be happy first. And definitely with what he said, I never really looked at it in that kind of sense. Because first, when we said being content, I felt like I hate that. I hate being content with where I am. I've always want to strive for better. I always feel like I'm not where I should be. But that's also the downfall of a lot of my anger or stress or depression is because I'm always so far in the head and I should be better, blah, blah, blah. I'm taking my own happiness away. You know what I mean? I really like that concept. See, now it's asking me to upgrade that we're running out of time.
But like you're content in like that ambition though. Like you're like actually driven and fueled by that.
I wake up and I get jealous of people that live in the present.
Like I definitely,
if that makes 100%.
Sense. Yeah.
Like I'm always, if you are able to like live in the present, more power. That's probably where most of my anxiety comes from. Is thinking the future shit, past shit. Anybody's anxiety is coming from.
Oh yeah, I'm always relitigating. Like, I could have done this better.
I should have said this when he called me that. I should have. Like,
well, I think that's
with my shampoo bottles in the shower.
That's a normal thing, I think, with people being angry. But when I was telling something, I don't know if I did a podcast, just telling somebody, but I went to go watch that show, Russ, and he said something like that, and it was just so awesome. But he was saying, he was talking about his song and it's 10 years, man, I came on this 10 years ago. And he's like, man, I'm telling you, 10 years ago, I would have never imagined I was where I'm at now, blah, blah, blah. And I was so far in the head, da, da, da. I just waited for the good moments. The good moments I was waiting for him. He said, now I'm, 10 years looking back, those were the good moments. These are the good moments. We're living the good moments now, right? He said, it's when you get older, it's when you realize those were the good moments, so live now. And I'm like, the first time in a long time, that kind of made me feel like, you know what, fuck. Like,
It's true. I mean, how many different ways you got to hear it? What John Lennon said, life,
right.
what happened when you're busy making other plans. Like,
Yeah. And I
that's
do.
same thing.
I got so many songs. I got one where I say I got to take a picture, of what I'm missing. I got another one say I'm looking through a motel lens. I got so many. Like I'm not seeing it. I'm so far ahead in the future. I'm missing it all. I'm missing life. I'm missing
They've like done
happiness.
studies, like they've done like psychological studies to say that like people a lot of times are happier planning for a vacation than they actually are when they go on the vacation.
Mhm.
Facts.
That's insane.
Right. It doesn't
But
make any sense. But it's because it's because they get to live like in the future. They're always planning for it. And then like
or they're happy because they have something to look forward to. Or they have
But then when it happens, rather than like, being there, it's like, they get let down.
Damn. Where am I going to go next? Like you're in Hawaii right now. What are you thinking about next time?
Yeah, planning your next trip. People love doing that shit though, especially with travel. Travel is like become part of people's identity. It's like I don't necessarily think it is. It's like, all right.
I want to. I was having this conversation
I would love to
today.
but
I was like, Blythe, I'm not a fan of this place, like at all. But when I first got a drone, I popped that motherfucker in there and I seen stuff in Blythe I've never seen in my whole life. Right? I got so high up, I saw colors I've never seen in the desert.
Perspective.
And that's what I mean. Blythe is huge. If Blythe is huge, the world is gigantic, right?
Yeah.
I haven't seen shit. I haven't even seen all of California yet. I've
That's
lived here my
true.
whole life. Lived here. I haven't even seen all of
That's why I
California.
don't know if you guys have ever heard of the comedian Pete Holmes.
No, I love Pete Holmes.
He was talking like you live in a space rock. Zoom out sometimes. Like and what he means by that is like I think expand the way of your thinking so small is what I took from him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I was just thinking
Zoom the fuck out is what he said.
Yeah. Well, it was like cool. I was talking with my kids. It was like we were in Arizona, we were in Nevada, we were in California, we were just in New Jersey, all in like 5 days. Like 100 years ago, that's not happening.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like that would have taken weeks. Like maybe you had a car, but they didn't have like the interstate system that they have now. Yeah. You were taking like Route 66.
You had to go on
all the way around.
Yeah. Shit like that. But like that was cool. Like that was one of those ones where I was like, yeah, like we're like here, like doing it. That was like one of those like, all right, yeah.
That's why I was like, well, stuff like that. Like a lot of families that I knew growing up, or most of like, let's say my parents' age, back then when they took road trips, they took the sandwiches, they pull over and eat, that kind of thing, right? My wife's really incorporated a lot of that with our trips. She packs a lot of stuff and does stuff, and I'm like, them the things I'm telling you, my kid's gonna remember forever. Like,
yeah.
Like today, I just bought on Amazon. We just bought like one of the machines to make Crustables. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, they make those
for sure.
No, right? I was like, they make those up and have peanut butter and jellies daily. Don't fuck.
Yeah, 100%.
Because you could freeze them, like.
Yeah.
Making.
I don't look it, but I didn't have like fast food by myself till I left my parents' house. I'm not even kidding.
Damn.
We traveled. They wouldn't even get us road cokes. My dad's like, "You're thirsty? Suck on a mint." Like, we're not putting that shit. Like, we're not stopping for that shit. Mom made ham and cheese sandwiches on the hamburger.
That's what we would get. We would stay in a hotel room and we would eat breakfast and lunch in the hotel.
Yeah, she's sitting there making fucking peanut butter and jellies in the room. So I'm like,
yeah, we'd get one of them Albertsons loaf of bread.
Your wife does that. I'm the name drop.
Yeah, that is cool. I definitely don't. We're stopping to eat.
That'd be the worst part too, though. Is when my wife will do it, and I'll still be like, "Yeah, I don't really want that."
Yeah, I've done it before, like where I pack them and like we go to the museum and the food there's garbage and it's like $75. Yep. I'm like, nah, we're not doing that.
Like what are they gonna? If we went to Disneyland, we brought our own food for sure.
Like, what are they gonna do? Ask me where I got this from? Like right here.
Here,
It's actually
You
the
gonna-
sandwich that was on display.
You're gonna tell me I didn't get this here?
nice and waxy.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're gonna go on ahead and wrap this thing up. That was pretty
All
good,
right, wrap it
Penny
up then.
Smile, man. Huh?
Give us a bar.
Oh no, I guess. Oh, I thought you were talking about different way. I was like, I guess I did. I got 3 kids. Huh? We never did that. Oh, but wrap it up. Let me see. Painted Smiles. Bye. I thought you was gonna end it.
I'm not the rapper.
I didn't never say I rapped. Who said that?
I did.
I am
said
Midas the KME, the podcaster. Anyway, y'all, man, it was good talking with y'all as usual. I hope we keep doing this. We got to keep doing this. So far, we've been pretty good every week. But anyway, share this thing, you know, and then let's try to get some people to comment and get some other ideas. I know people got to be watching
Or
this.
join the Zoom call. Who knows?
I don't know about all that. Somebody gonna take over and talk too damn much. I already said I don't pay. I didn't even pay for it yet. I only got 40 minutes. All right, then, y'all. Peace.
All right, there later.